So my mom found a voice teacher, and I began studying with someone that many of you may know, Mrs. Stell Sanders. I know Ronnie Walker was there with me, and Lynn Moore. We took her Mrs. Stell. Now, Mrs. Stell was very strict, and one day she told me, Bonalyn, you are not going to be Sandy Patty. She was my favorite recording artist. Of course I was going to be a Sandy Patty. But she told me it was time to start singing real music. So she reached in her bag, and she pulled out some music, and she said, you will sing this. Well, I took one look at it, and I couldn't read a word of it. It was in Italian. Oh, brother. Now, at the time, I was a junior at West Monroe High School, and I can assure you, even though Miss Kathy Hart had been my 8th grade English teacher, the English was still hard enough. Well, I can tell you that when I started taking voice lessons from Miss Sanders, she was at least 112 years old. So I took that music and I slipped it back into my bag, and I never mentioned it again, and of course she forgot. Well, many years later, another wonderful vocal coach, Miss Sonia Lewis, who is with me tonight in the back. Give her a good old. She would one day say, Bonalyn, it's time for you to get serious about your music. And she would pull out the same sheet of music. Well, I can tell you 2 things about Miss Sonia Lewis. Number 1, what Sonia wants, Sonia gets. And number 2, she doesn't forget. So,
And I'm not 112 years old.
yes, she is not. So tonight, I will be singing this song that actually has become one of my favorite things to sing. It is from the opera Johnny Skee. And in this particular song, it's sung by Laurette. And Johnny has found an older man who is willing to marry his daughter. But Laurette is in love with Renuccio. And she begs her father, please let me marry the one I love, or I will throw myself in the river Arno. Nothing like a dramatic teenager, right? So here is the song, O mio Babbino Caro. And yes, I'll sing it in Italian.